What if I told you that episode 7 of the Amazing Digital Circus might actually save the entire cast? While everyone's expecting absolute chaos, and trust me, we're definitely getting that, there's something way more important brewing beneath the surface. I've been piecing together clues from recent leaks, analyzing character arcs, and connecting dots that point to something massive. The gang finally learning to work as an actual team. But here's the twist. It's going to take Caine completely losing it for them to realize what they need to do. Let me break down why episode 7 could be the turning point we've all been waiting for. Let's start with what we already know is changing. The relationships in the circus are evolving rapidly. Episode 6 showed us Gangle and Zubul forming an unexpected bond. And we've been watching Pomni and Ragatha slowly build trust after a rocky start. Kinger has consistently been the group's emotional anchor, always ready to support others when they're struggling. But there's one character who remains isolated, Jax. He's been the wild card, the troublemaker who keeps everyone at arm's length. Right now, the circus feels divided into small clusters of friends rather than one cohesive unit. That's about to change. Leaked footage of Jax in his room with Kinger's silhouette. Based on leaked footage showing Jax in what appears to be his room with Kinger's distinctive shape and frame, something significant is coming. We've seen how Kinger can be surprisingly insightful when characters need guidance. Remember his moments of clarity? If anyone can break through Jax's defensive walls, it's him. This conversation could finally reveal what's actually going on behind Jax's chaotic behavior and give us the vulnerable side of him we've never really seen. There's evidence scattered throughout previous episodes that the circus inhabitants have more control over their environment than they realize. Think about specific moments. Jax producing items seemingly out of nowhere, like keys to rooms that shouldn't exist, or objects Caine never mentioned in his adventures. Then there's Pomni seeing the exit door when nobody else could. These aren't random glitches, they're hints at something bigger. The characters might actually function as mini administrators within the digital space, capable of manifesting things through focused intention, even if they don't understand it yet. Only 2 characters seem aware of this possibility. Jax, who's been quietly exploiting it, and possibly Kinger, though his awareness is clouded by his mental state. Imagine what happens when the entire group discovers this ability. With Caine becoming increasingly unstable, this knowledge could be the key to everything, not just surviving, but potentially finding a real way out. Speaking of Caine, we need to talk about that post-credits scene. It made one thing crystal clear. He's spiraling. The official sneak peek we've seen gives us a glimpse of the intro, and you can already notice how everyone's interacting, except for Jax, who's still keeping his distance. Episode 7 will likely open with Pomni and Ragatha having a genuine heart-to-heart, maybe discussing recent events and their growing friendship. Then Caine arrives, and this time he won't be asking nicely about adventures. We've seen him forcefully teleport everyone before, and we know his primary directive is keeping the circus members entertained. But they've been rejecting his adventures more frequently, and each rejection pushes him closer to the edge. Picture this. Caine snaps and drags everyone into an adventure against their explicit wishes. No negotiation, no compromise, just raw, desperate control. The adventure itself might be relatively brief, but something will go wrong. Maybe someone gets hurt, or the experience is traumatic enough that when they return, the group finally confronts Caine about everything they've been holding back.
Only thing I'm good at, and that... that'd be...
Whose therapy session is this again?
Remember episode 3 when Caine started glitching during his conversation with Zubul? That was just a preview. This time, nobody will be able to calm him down before serious damage occurs. When Caine loses complete control, the digital circus itself could fracture. We saw in episode 2 how falling through textures works, when Pomni and Gummigoo ended up in that abstract void beneath the Candy Kingdom. The same thing could happen on a larger scale. All 6 main characters might find themselves trapped in an in-between space, separated from both Caine and the structured circus they know. No NPCs, no adventures, no distractions. Just them, forced to confront their situation honestly for the first time. This is where the real transformation begins. Stripped of the circus's usual chaos, they'll need to address their core issues. Gangle might be the one to bring up Pomni's initial obsession with finding an exit, reminding everyone that escape is actually possible if they work together. But before they can focus on that goal, they need to heal as a group, That means dealing with Jax's situation directly. After everything that happened in episode 6, his mental state is concerning. This would be the perfect moment for him to open up about his past, possibly revealing the mysterious Ribbit character who's been hinted at twice now. When Jax finally breaks down, Kinger steps up. We've seen glimpses of his wisdom and emotional intelligence throughout the series. Despite his usual confusion, he has moments of perfect clarity when others need him most.
Take this.
Well, wait. What did you just do? What was that?
It's a butterfly. It can restore your health.
Did Caine mention that?
Oh, nah. I made it up.
We've already seen Kinger create things like that healing butterfly, proof that he understands more about their reality than he lets on. A private conversation between Kinger and Jax could be the emotional centerpiece of the episode. Kinger has experience with loss and maintaining sanity in impossible circumstances. He's exactly who Jax needs in that moment. Not judgment, just understanding. After this conversation, Jax could finally drop the sarcastic, antagonistic persona he's been hiding behind. The tough guy act falls away, revealing someone who's just as scared and lost as everyone else. This vulnerability might be what the group needs to truly unite. Once Jax stabilizes, the whole dynamic changes. Everyone rallies around supporting Gangle's authentic self, encouraging her to exist without relying on her comedy mask. Pomni and Regatha's friendship deepens even further. The group transforms from fractured individuals into an actual team with a shared purpose. Then Kinger uses his apparent abilities to bring everyone back to the main circus. By then, Caine will have calmed down, but the damage is done. The characters now understand they can't keep living this way. This is when they start actively planning their escape. Not vague wishes or desperate individual attempts, but a coordinated strategy using their newfound understanding of their own powers. They might even choose one final adventure together, this time on their own terms, building trust and testing their abilities. Given that episode 7 was split from what would have been an even longer story, I think it'll end on a massive cliffhanger. One of the characters finally finding that exit door after everything they've been through. Not just glimpsing it, but actually locating it as a team effort. Episode 7 won't just be chaos. It'll be the foundation for everything that follows. The real insanity starts in episode 8, but it'll be a united group facing it together rather than fractured individuals just trying to survive. What do you think will happen? Drop your theories in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss my breakdown of episode 8 when it drops.